keep on moving. We got somebody in the building. Matter of fact, I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Yo, what's popping?
Yo,
Remember,
what's up, man?
No profanity. What's good?
Copy, man. This is Top Dollar, man. For y'all don't know me, I'm La Brim co-defendant. Know what I'm saying? On the federal case, he's the one who basically put my hat on me. Southport, 2007. You know, that I'm here to like tell the truth. I hear a lot of people talk about his situations, but they don't really know what's going on. I've been with him in the streets. I've been with him in the state, and I damn sure been with him in the feds.
How many years you did in the feds?
I did 4 years fighting my case. I did 4 years fighting the case, but you know, being honest, I took the stand on him. You understand what I'm saying?
So you took a stand on La Brim?
Yes, I took the stand on La Brim.
And what was the reason for you taking the stand?
The reason for me taking the stand, first and foremost, when we caught our case in 2017, I was no longer Brim. I was no longer blood. I was facing 20 years because of my criminal history. And basically, he made a call saying that all the hounds and everybody got to go to trial or they out the jet. From right there, he lost me. I made my decision from right there.
That's respectable. That's respectable.
He know, light know, y'all know I'm speaking the truth. He made a call that we got to go to trial or we fooled.
So you felt that's being disloyal because that's putting your life in jeopardy of never coming back home. And how much time you was looking at?
Idiot, you understand what I'm saying? This is the type of calls that he makes. And if I would have stood with him, you know where I'd be at? I'd probably be facing ADX with him.
Wow, that's crazy.
He's the worst leader in NYBBA history. I'm just keeping it real.
How do you feel about what's going on with him right now? Do you feel it's good for him?
Yeah. This is typical La Brim. I mean, I expected for him to go out some kind of way like this. Complete crash out. Don't know what the hell he's doing, leading everybody in the wrong direction. Now he's going to be facing the death penalty because he got a murder for hire from the feds, or he going to be an AD and next to Pistol Pete until he rot. That's
crazy. That's crazy. So do you feel you got away before that happened to you? What was your position as far as the hounds? Because I did hear about you. I heard about you on the streets. You wasn't, you know what I'm saying? You wasn't no slouch.
My position with him, he brought me over to Bloodhound Brim in 2007 in Southport. You know, I was a general under that set for 5 years. I put my, not the curse, I put my damn work in. Everywhere I went, I represent that G5 to the highest of standards. But I got older, you know what I mean? I went home and I left all that alone. I started working, started doing everything that I got to do. And next thing I know, the feds is kicking down my door and I'm facing 20 years.
Wow. And what you was facing 20 years for? What they allegedly said you did, or because it was just being
they had me for conspiracy to attempt murder, for some shootouts that happened with the hounds and the Max. You know the story. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Up in that, my situation is basically the Max versus the hounds.
The Max. But I want to ask you something. I was in the States when the Mac versus the Hounds. I remember that. It was a lot of buttons being pushed. Now, I don't know if you've seen a picture with a Mac Baller and La Brim. They was together in one of the facilities in the feds. And a lot of Jets, also Mac Ballers, got mad because they like, we going to war. And y'all together, I think the person name was 1300, 800. I don't know the Mac Baller name, but and it ain't only he said it. It was a lot of Mac saying La Brim was living with Mac Ballers in the feds. So
yeah, this is an undeniable fact. This is an undeniable fact. We was all La Brim was in 5 North, MCC. We talking 2016, 2017, 2018. He was in a house full of Macs. You understand what I'm saying? Like in the feds, there wasn't no Macs going against no hounds. That was some phone call shit where he would call people and send hits. But as far as us in the flesh, we wasn't banging with them. We wasn't going at war with them. So we did all that for nothing.
Wow. So right now you'd have been in his predicament for nothing, sitting in the feds.
I'd have been in his predicament for absolutely nothing, like stupid ass Don P, like Light that decided to take the stint, that decided to basically go to trial with him. They did all that for nothing and got sued. Look how many people's lives he ruined. Look, in this indictment, it's 30-some people. And then I'm talking about the indictment that he's facing now. That's 30-something people. My indictment, that was 13 people. What originally brought Lie to the feds was sending hits over the phone from Rikers Island. That's what brought him from the state to the feds. So this is like a continuous pattern with him. You understand what I'm saying? So he ruined probably like 70 lives. Wow. 70 lives in the midst of, look at all his indictments. It tells you how many co-defendants he got. It tells you, you do the math. And we're not even talking about the youngsters that's out here doing all this hound shit and killing each other left and right. You understand what I'm saying? Like, just the people that he got on court cases. It's 70 to 80 people ruining lives at an ultimate rate.
And you got people out here really supporting him, like, he turned around and he's praying to Jesus and he's really into Christianity. Do you believe that? I don't believe it.
Yeah, I believe that to the fullest degree because he's facing the death penalty. That's the only reason he started. That's the only reason he makes it bigger than blood now. I mean, even when he was in MCC 5 North, he was already pushing that Christianity thing, smoking K2, tweaking out. The homies ain't really know what to do. Yeah, these are all facts. The homies ain't really know what to do. He was moving like he was police in there, telling everybody to lock in, just moving kind of crazy. But now, hell yeah, I believe he changed his life over to God because he is facing the death penalty. If you've been to the feds or if you know federal law, you know that murder for hire, getting somebody hit from a cell automatically makes you a candidate for the death penalty and ADX for life. Yeah, these are facts. Same thing that happened to Pistol Pete. Same thing. It's the same exact thing, bro. Ain't no difference. It's just a different time and a different set.
So you think, is there going to be any way for him to return back out in society? Because you familiar with these cases.
It's not going to be. This go deeper than that. There's not going to be a way where La Brim is going to be able to go back to population. He is facing ADX. This is where you go when you send hits out from jail. This is where you go. You don't roam around. Your correspondence is over. You don't write your peoples no more. You don't get mail no more. This is when the higher you go in the game, the deeper you fall in. And he can't fall no deeper now.
That's a fact. I see it's a female controlling his page.
It's probably ugly ass meth. She was our co-defendant. She was the 13th person on our indictment. She was basically
meth.
Yeah.
Did she stood tall or did she fold as well or what happened to her? Because she came home.
She didn't have to stand tall because she wasn't facing shit. Listen, the only people that was facing real time on my case was La Brim and me because of my history. You understand what I'm saying? I did 20 joints in the state. These are stone cold facts. That's how much time I got. So due to my history, I'm facing 20 years, not even because what I did with them. And then you got people like Don P. He ain't never been to jail. This is like his real first case. So he ain't facing nothing. That motherfucker got 20 years after blowing trial. Usually if you blow trial in the feds, you cook. Because he ain't have no record. That's why he only got 20 years because he ain't have a record. Light, he got 20 years. He blew trial because he ain't got no record. If you got a record and you blow trial in the Fed, you know what you're facing? 30, 40, 50. Wow. Those are the type. Yeah, these are facts.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So I want to ask you, when you did what you had to do for yourself, and you felt I'm not going to prison. Did he reach out to you or any hounds? Did you get any type of threats? Like, was they on you?
Never that. I was in a house with Don P, 7 North, MDC for a whole year. And they knew I was hot. I kept that thing on me. Plus, they know my resume. Like, I will crush you. But this is what made me do what I had to do. Because La brought us in this case. Measy, Michael Adams, the one that told on him, that was La's cellmate. And 5 North. Bunky. Yeah, he was going on profits. Profits is basically where you go tell the detectives, but basically where you ratting and building the case at. Measy was doing that in front of Law's face from his cell. From his cell. Lies feeding him all this information, knowing that man going on profits, and next thing you know, we all locked up. You understand what I'm saying? And not just that, Old Dog, this is what made me do it too. Old Dog, which is one of the original Hounds, he was a rat too. 10 stacks, which is on our case, 10 stacks, shot him up, damn near killed him. La got him as a co-defendant, still claiming Hound. And the whole world know he hot. I mean, the whole world know he hot. This is how La move. If you don't tell on La, you good. You could be turning around La as long as you don't tell on him. You understand what I'm saying? The same thing with Showtime. Showtime, before he came to Hound, what was he doing? He was having sex with other big homies' wives and all that. La overlooked that immediately. He don't care about that until Show did it to him. Now, when Show went and got his girl pregnant, he made him fool. You understand what I'm saying? Like, these people that be on these platforms, they don't really know La like that. You understand what I'm saying? They probably been in the box with him, talked with him, but never been to town, never fight in a case with him. Like, when you fight in a case with someone, you're going to know the real shit, because now you're going to want to start digging more.
That's
You're
right.
Gonna want to know what's going on now. You understand what I'm saying? And the more you start to dig up about La, he's not this righteous person. Yeah, I think this anti-rap, this banging on everybody. Listen, La been in the feds for how long now? Like 12 years? La ain't put a lick of work in there. La ain't have a fight in there.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
and
nothing.
He was in the medium, right? And his whole thing was in the medium. He was like in the medium.
He was in California. I don't know exactly what pen he was in, but nah, it don't go like that. Nah, he ain't do nothing. He would have been in the box. Like, he's in the county now in Suffolk County in Long Island. You know, he found some goofy Long Island crash dummies. You know how we do it up north. They the best in your life. Dumbing them upstate homies. We send them right under the bus. He found some goofies in there and they messed his whole life up.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
You know what? Karma is wicked, because you see how he messed everybody's life up, and now he did that with them, and they messed his life up.
Facts.
That's how it goes. They messed his life up by making the wrong.
Something. I heard Mel. If you familiar with Mel Kross,
yeah, I know Mel.
Like Mel Kross, and there's a couple of other people on his YouTube who support him and who feel that he's solid. I also seen China Mac, which, you know, that's La Brim little son.
Chinas. I heard of 2 Chinas in the state. That was you, and then I know the other China. You understand what I'm saying? He was then he was SRG, you know what I mean? Whatever the hell that co-defendant. That's the one that got into that situation in Southport with Shine and all that. Mel Kross always been an outstanding individual from what I know. You know, I know he'll kill me if he catch me now, but no, I can't really speak nothing bad. He the one that brought La over. He brought La over in the Beacon approximately like 1990.
Salute, peace and blessings. How everybody doing? I hope everybody blessed. And this new year been good to you so far, you know, as you continue your journey, you know what I'm saying, seeing what 2025 has for us. And as for me, man, you already see, man, 2025 is starting kind of spooky, you know what I'm saying? You know, y'all just seen this bullshit video, you know what I'm saying? But before I respond to this video, I want to take y'all to how I knew Top Dolla, how I met Top Dolla, right? Okay, so a shooting happened in Greenhaven, right? Allegedly, I got a year in the box for it. I was in Greenhaven where I met my brother Gangsta Gotti, which is my blood brother. We got the same father, different mother, but we met each other as adults in Greenhaven. I'm gonna break that story down also in another video. So I leave Greenhaven and I go to Upstate Box. You know, when I go to Upstate Box, this 2002 and all that. This is when NYBBA first started. This is when around the time when Ty Guns had left to go to the feds. and he started 3 Stone Nations. This is at the time when NYB with Big Iz was in full throttle, and what we know now as the UBN was forming a council, which is one of the reasons why a lot of the separations and everything happened. So, you know, me at the time, it was only 2 hoods, you know, besides 5'9" under Brim, under NYBBA, 5'9" being the mother, and then you had East Homicide, and then you had me, Outlaw 20. So all the UBN hoods, which the original hoods, the original OGs and everything, all of them, the reason why they came together and formed it because when OG Mac went home, they didn't want no more one-man rule. So they formed a council, which is the GFs of all the first 13 hoods, coming together, voting and making decisions that way. But because they had question marks by a few, OG's name who they was intending on fading and putting somebody in the place, like our big homie Lacey, you know what I'm saying, which made us for NYBBA. So when I gets to upstate, dudes wasn't jacking Outlaw 20, dudes wasn't jacking NYBBA, dudes wasn't jacking the Stones being independent, dudes wasn't jacking none of the NYB hoods. So the building that I was in, I ended up going to the company with Black O, Mac Murder, Death Before Dishonor, Mac Murder, and Top Dolla, just to name a few. And I was in a cell with Bambino. Bambino at the time, from Far Rockaway at the time, was non-Trey. And when I pulled up in the cell, he already knew who I was and what it was, you know what I'm saying? But Bambino like, yo, listen, you know what I'm saying? Listen, big homie, you know what I'm saying? I know what's going on. I'm not jacking that, you know what I'm saying? Y'all doing what y'all doing, you know what I'm saying? It's all healthy in my eyes, whatever. So, me and him was in the cell, we was good, you know what I'm saying? But, he was getting a lot of backlashes from the non-trays and, the UBNs, because they like, yo, you in the cell with him and he supposed to be fooled because this, that, and the other. So they was trying to label Bambino too, because he was in the cell with me, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't, doing nothing or whatever it can be. He was fucking me, whatever have you. So Top Dolla, who was in a cell right next to me with a comrade of mine from 183rd, who I met there, Fat Sinatra. I forgot what hood Fat Sinatra was at the time. I think he came under Top Dolla. Top Dolla at the time was also going by the name Mumia Stone. I'm going to say it again. Mumia Stone. Top Dolla was one of them young kids that was very loud in the cell. You could hear him on other tiers and throughout the building. You could hear him. He was very loud, always on the gate, politicking. He had got some rims. He was a 1-star. Then he, Mumia Stone, aka Top Dolla, who China has as, on his channel as, that video as him being La Brim top shooter. I'm just massaging my muscles. My James saw I did a nice little workout, so my muscles are sore. So he was Mad Stone. He was Mad Stone. He was the 1-star Mad Stone. Then he ended up becoming a 3-star Mad Stone. So he was real power hungry. So to him, having rank meant a lot to him. So he was always in the middle of shit, you know what I'm saying, just trying to be somebody and stuff like that. And in the process, end up getting faded or whatever, going through other shit, you know what I'm saying? And by the time, I think we was there on that tier for like 18 months together. Within that time, he was in at least 3 different hoods, 3 different sets at that time, based on him being power hungry and thirsty and just wanting to be in the loop and wanting to be known. So, as far as me, I didn't really fuck with him as much until time went by, because, you in a box 24 hours a day, because we got the rec pen in the back of the cell, so you never really leave your cell unless you're going to visit, which I was going on the visit. And everybody, you know the politics, you know what I'm saying? It was either eat food or be food. You see Mel Kross, or you see any one of these brims repping Outlaw 20, repping East Homicide, or repping NYBBA, if they not 5'9", you know what I'm saying, it's on site. And then you had a lot of 5'9s who I ain't gonna say names, you know what I'm saying, that was around, that if we was around a lot of UBN dudes, you know what I'm saying, they would fall in line with them and wouldn't even fuck with us. But them being population, you know what I'm saying, fucking with dudes, and then, you know, as we grew and motherfuckers accepted us, you know what I mean, ended up getting hoods, you know what I'm saying? But I might talk about that later. But the UBN ended up making what is called a Vanguard. And they came up with a set with a whole bunch of shooters, and their goal was to annihilate all the brim hoods, the new brim hoods, annihilate all the stone hoods, annihilate this, annihilate that. That was their hit squad. You know, but as you see, you know, that didn't go well with them, and we end up surviving, end up basically taking over. You know, but Mumia was one of them guys that was very thirsty for power. He wanted to be noticed, he wanted to be known, he wanted to be, you know what I'm saying, legendary and everything. So he's being everything but a G-Unit video. You know what I mean? So before I even get into the reaction to this video, man, you know I gotta run this intro. But before I run this intro, I wanna see this. I was surprised when I found out that Top Dolla was Hound, because again, when NYBBA was fooled and motherfuckers wasn't jacking us, and you know us standing up for Lacey and whatever to have you, you know, they was on some brim hating shit. I was fooled to dudes. So here it is, 2 years later, 3 years later, you under our banner, under the motherfucker who I brought home and put the hat on. So if me and him would have bumped heads in population, whether he was Hound or whatever to have you, we would have got that in, and I'd have took his hat from him. I'd have took his hat from him just off the shit that I went through in the box and everything, because I still stood firm when I was by myself. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to that. So you know what I'm saying? So let's get to, we're going to run this intro and we're going to get to it. Thanks for tuning in to Kross TV Network. That's Kross with a K. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Y'all could be anywhere in the world. Y'all here with me, so I never waste your time. I know how important time is to me, so I know how much time is important to y'all. You know, I wasted over 20-something years of my life in prison, time that I could never give back. You know what I'm saying? I wasted time on the street that I could never give back. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely ain't gonna waste no time over here, you know, chopping up with y'all, you know what I'm saying, giving the youth the real, you know what I'm saying, speaking the real, you know what I'm saying, decipher certain things, you know what I mean? So let's get to it, right? So I gave y'all a brief synopsis of the history on how I met, you know, Top Dolla, aka Mia Stone. And y'all also seen the video. So my purpose of going back into the video, me meaning saying going back to the video, not going back to the video regarding chopping and screwing it and redoing the video again, but me just verbally deciphering it after I just seen it over again, because the simple fact, I want to make certain points and I want certain things to be highlighted and pointed, you know, stand out, just in case it might have went over your head, or even if you understood, you know what I'm saying, you might not really, or even if you heard what was said, you might not maybe understood the significance or the importance behind that. So I'm gonna break a lot of things down to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Salute and peace. You know what I'm saying? Again, thank y'all for tuning in. Hit that like, hit the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Tune in. Thank you. Appreciate y'all. So nevertheless, right? He revealed that he took the stand on La Brim, right? He took the stand on La Brim. So China asked him, well, why did you take the stand? Oh, I took the stand because I wasn't banging no more. So when I got locked up, and when La Brim said that, yo, whoever don't go to trial or whatever have you, you know, they not gonna be in the jet no more, meaning that, you know what I'm saying, he gonna kick them out the whip this, whatever have you, right? So that was his reason for telling. So let me break something down to y'all, right? First of all, right? There is no justification for telling, right? Because in the same video, later on down, moments later, in the same video, you also admitted that you was out there in the street, front line, putting it in against the Max, or you was upstate in Elmira doing what you was doing, you know what I'm saying? And you rep Hound to how you rep Hound to the fullest, right? This is what you said. It's not what I'm saying. It's not what I'm making up. This is what you saying, right? So there's a thing called statute of limitation, right? So look at the Puffy case and everything. These cases and everything that he's locked up for, R. Kelly and all these people that was locked up for, these cases happened a decade ago, years ago. When you're dealing with the feds don't just have a person go make a sale, get the money, get the drug, whatever, go make the bus and lock you up. That's what the regular police and everybody do. It's not what the feds do. The feds investigate. The feds gonna keep making sales. You're gonna keep making sales to the feds until it just adds up and keep piling up until that bag get full, until when they just ready to sweep you up. Sometimes it can even take years. So the things that you was locked up for is what you did. It wasn't like you was locked up for something that you didn't do. And even if you didn't do it, because I know people that was locked up for crimes that they didn't do, and they know who did it, but they were street dudes and they was living a street life, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't bend and they ain't fold, they didn't tell. You know what I'm saying? So, but you, on the other hand, you did these things. And then got the nerve, China got the nerve to have you on his headlines as La Brim's top shooter. La Brim's top shooter. The dangerous, infamous, however he spiced the title up. The reason why La Brim didn't want you to try to cop out, or didn't want nobody to cop out, is because of this. For those that don't know, when you cop out, right? There's an agreement between you and the prosecutor. There's an agreement involved. What's the examples of the agreements? Examples of the agreements would be, well, instead of charging you with murder, we would charge you with manslaughter 1. With that being said, instead of giving you whatever that we was trying to give you, you go to trial, you take the plea, we would give you this amount of time, right? With probation or whatever after whatever, if that's a part of the agreement, right? So this is what we're offering you. But in return, we need you to admit to the crime that you're accused of, right? So let's say on such and such day, Top Dolla and me, hypothetically speaking, this is an example, go inside a deli and I shoot somebody. We get locked up. Top Dolla takes a plea deal. He said, yo, I don't want to go to trial. I know if I blow, I'm gonna get life, whatever. So I'm gonna take a plea. And you go and you take this plea. So the judge will ask you, well, or the prosecutor asks you, well, are you willing to admit what you did in these crimes? And you say, yes, sir. And then you say, like, well, on such and such day, on such time when this crime was committed, you admit that you was with Mel Kross on that night, you would have to say, yeah, I admit that I was with Mel Kross that night of the day of the crime. And then the prosecutor asked you, well, what happened? Me and Mel Kross went up in the store, ba 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 ba. Mel Kross pulled out, shot the dude. We left, ba 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 ba. So you took the plea deal. But now, your statement is going to be used against me. Your statement might be used, is going to be used against me. Now, if I go to trial, it wasn't about seeing a whole shit go down or nothing like that. Y'all was in a federal gang indictment. Y'all wasn't in a little drug case, some little drug case that happened down the block. Y'all was in a drug indictment. I mean, y'all was in a gang indictment. A federal gang indictment. And then the dude going to go on later and justify and say, yeah, he's a dummy, he's this and he's that because, you know, everything you saying that he was a dummy for and that you know what was going on, the same way how you said, and you admit it, you basically agreed with what I said in my video when I was like, yo, Showtime was out there fucking fucking big homies' wives and everything, right? So you knew all this that was going on. You was the top enforcer. Like Brim was this big dumb idiot, crash dummy, couldn't think about nothing, whatever, right? But you was an enforcer. You made sure all that dumb shit that you alleged that he was doing went to his liking, or you would have got dealt with, right? Because it's clear. Now, let me go about it a different way. Let me ask you a better question. What did you get out of it, or what was you promised and didn't receive for you to be so bitter towards him? He didn't tell on you. He didn't tell on you. You told on him. He didn't make you do anything. Since I've known you, you always wanted to be in the spotlight. You always wanted to be that dude. So you was willing to do whatever you wanted to do to Live Brim, for Live Brim. You know what I'm saying? For you to be that dude, or want to be recognized that dude. Until shit hit the fan. So now here you as a grown-ass man want to play victim, and 1 minute you tough, but then the next minute you saying, he fucked my life up, he made me do this, he made me do that. You chose to do this. Ain't nobody forced you to pick up the flag. Ain't nobody told you to go to Bloodhound, because once me and you the bump heads, everything, I would have took the hat off you, and like Brim would have had to accept that and deal with whatever he had to deal with. Or however he felt about me doing that. Because I done seen how many hoods you done hopped at. I know you got a weak backbone. You don't stand on nothing. You stand for bullshit. If it ain't about your agenda, and if your agenda is not being pushed, you going to jump ship and you going to go somewhere else. That's why you fell back. And by whatever reason, you ended up getting snatched up. So now let me guess, you an honorable rat? Oh, he done fucked everybody's life up. This nigga done did this. He done got old dog and them. They all rats. They still in the whip. You know what? This ain't right. I gotta stand for something. I'm gonna tell. And they're gonna come up on stage or on China's platform. Have a little bass in your voice. Talk about niggas ain't gonna fuck with you. And you still trying to be that dude to the point where you'll want to come on somebody's YouTube and let them know that you a rat. if I had anything I could say for all the youth that watch this or might watch this, stay the fuck away from gangs. Listen to what I'm telling you. You done seen all the betrayals I done went through. You done seen how people try to make a mockery of my name. The same people that I gave my heart, blood, and soul to, not personally, but for me putting on, catching 20 years for banging. While I was in prison, gave people the shirt off my back. A dude say something, next thing I know, I get 3 years in the box. Next thing I know, my hood's supposed to be full, this supposed to be going on, that's supposed to be going on. And mind you, we started NYBBA because niggas was trying to fade my big homie. When I did it, when I caught this time and everything, I did this under 5'9". And I was by myself. And I'm going to tell you how real I am. I'm going to tell you how real of a motherfucker I am. And I'm going to bring him up here and he going to talk about it. I'm not going to mention the individual name, but it's a legendary individual from my hood, from 183rd, older than me, one of my big homies, somebody I look up to growing up. And when I had got hit up, the night when I caught my case, you know what I'm saying, my body and my attempt, which ended up being 2 body, whatever, came to the block to go get my hammer. So I was on 183rd. I was on 183rd in Davidson. I seen a big bro. Big bro like, yo, what's up, yo? We riding out, we riding out. I'm like, nah, bro. I'm looking for what's his name. He said he was over here. My hammer's in his crib. I'm about to go get right, man. You know what I'm saying? He like, nah, fuck that, yo. We out, niggas violated. I know I love you, man. I seen you grew up, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yo, I love you, man. Yo, I say, yo, I appreciate that, bro. I love you too. Mind you, I'm leaking crazy. I got stabbed up 4 times over here. So I'm leaking bad. I ain't go to hospital, nothing. So I'm leaking. He like, nah, Kross, nah. I'm like, yo, fuck, nah, bro, that's it. I don't need nobody calling me. It's over, bro. I'm going to jail. It's over. So almost 30 years later, I seen him, but one of the many times I seen him, I always see him a lot, but when I seen him, he's like, yo, man, I love you, man. I appreciate you, bro. Whoa, man. Looking good, you doing good out here. I'm like, yo, why you say that, bro? No, I love you too, man. He's like, yo, you don't remember that night? And everything that I just said, that's what he told me and reminded me. And he was like, yo, man, you could have been anybody else and had me going there, then I could have did the time with you and did all that, whatever. He like, yo, man, I appreciate you, bro. Word, man. I was like, yo, real was real, man. I'm a real person, man. I'm loyal, man. So I didn't need you to handle that with me. You know what I'm saying? You ain't banging, you ain't blood, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm one of the first, if not the first, blood that was home. And you know what I'm saying, in 9/7 when this shit first started, and I was putting on, I had a bandana here, bandana in my back pocket, bandana, like anybody from the hood, 183rd to tell you, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I was going in for that. That's honorable, bro. And I took and then when I got locked up, I copped out. There was nobody with me to say, and this is how I know the procedure so well. I copped out the 20 flat. Everybody thought I was bugging the fuck out. Yo, this nigga Mel bugging out. I'm like, man, I'm 20 years old. I'm 21 years old. I do that time. I still got another 30, 40 years. It's in my mind. And look, I'm home. I didn't take trial, so I could understand, you know what I'm saying, what Top Dolla was saying about that part. But at the end of the day, when you got co-defendants and everything, and you got to sit here and you got to admit what you did, and if you was with somebody, boy, you was going to tell anyway. That was your whole purpose of telling anyway. Bottom line, I just wanted to let the people know and get that out there and put these point on it. And then, like I said, man, you know, man, beware of these cowards, man, because I ain't going to hold you. I got another video I'm about to make soon as I finish this shit and put and upload this video. Oh, yeah, I got another video about somebody else. And it's going to surprise a lot of people. But I be seeing these little fake, little secret ass, you know what I'm saying, relationships and friendships these motherfuckers got Niggas be playing mad different side, but we gonna get to that. I'm not even gonna drag this shit out with this whole ass niggas, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say this though. Kids, you stay away the fuck away from games. The streets is dead. Motherfuckers is not honorable. If a motherfucker's your friend and they love you, that means they got their best interests at heart. That means with you, everything that they do, they gonna always have a count onto how you feel or how what they do will make you look or how would that affect you. Lions can't be with hyenas. Eagles don't be with ducks. It just don't work like that. Still sharp and still. Your friends, if you're trying to go to school and do this, your friends out there hustling, trying to shoot and do all this and that and other, you don't need to be friends like that. Be with people that's doing what you're doing so that way you can strive and make it in life. So if you're trying to go to school and you be around, and you be, you know what I'm saying, you want to be in basketball or something like that, go to the gym, work on your shit, you know what I'm saying, your shot and everything. Be around other kids that's going in tournaments, you know what I'm saying, and live that life. Don't say you want to be a baller and everything, but you outside hustling, you're not going to practices, you're not doing nothing. Because eventually that's going to take you away from your dream. And don't sit here and come back and tell when they sit back and come out, oh, they fucked my life up because I'm out there hustling with them when I'm supposed to be doing that. That was a choice you were supposed to make. And as a man, stand firm, stand 10 toes down, whatever decisions you make. Whether right or wrong, because you're going to learn more from the wrong you did than the right. I'm not going to drag this out. I got some other stuff, like I really got some things on my mind. But thanks for tuning in to Kross TV Network. You know, that's Kross with a K. Hey, yo, man. Stop motherfucking following these busters, man. Hit that like and subscribe. One. In conclusion, man, I want y'all, everybody to know, man, that me personally, I don't agree with a lot of decisions that I know that LeBron did and a lot of decisions that I don't know about LeBron. This ain't about me protecting him or nothing like that. You know, it's about, you know, the lack of integrity of motherfuckers that be having the audacity to come on a platform, you know what I'm saying, and do some bullshit and then mention my name. Of course, my name, you ain't gonna have nothing to say about my name because we was around. Matter of fact, I did see him one time, come to think about it. I was in a mess hall or something like that, and he was walking out the mess hall. I was sitting down eating or something like that. He was walking out the mess hall, leaving with his gallery, you know, to go back to his dorm. I mean, to his block. I inquired about him, like, yo, you know a dude named Amir, Top Dolla, whatever. He was already gone. He had went to the box for something. I don't even know what it is. He just disappeared like in a day. He was gone. He was out of there. You know what I'm saying? Because he already knew what it is at the end of the day, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be bloodhound after you was a motherfucking brim hater and all that shit. You motherfucking crazy. But anyway, like I said, man, kids, stay away from gangs and all that, because I can guarantee you right now, after I make this video or something like that, or whenever it get produced, whatever, because I don't know, for some reason, it takes a long time for my videos to be produced. You know what I'm saying? I could be uploading it, be taking a day and some change sometime. You know what I'm saying? Like me doing this, I had to do this a couple of times because the shit keep messing up. I don't know what the fuck be going on sometime, but hopefully it's get out soon. But I guarantee you, just now that I said that, you know what I'm saying? And then I went into, if you look into the comments in that video, you see that I made a comment. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm gonna expose that bozo nigga. I know Mamiya Stone, all that. So I won't be surprised that he even make a video or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Recanting all the shit he was just saying about being stand up and all that. These how these faggot motherfuckers is. But you already know. Salute.